Alright, today I want to talk a little bit about eBay and parts off of eBay. Wow, it's a lot of geese. Hi there. Yeah, so parts on eBay. Like I've mentioned before, this bike came to me in pieces, and I rebuilt it. Now, rebuilding a bike that was damaged as bad as this can be expensive. So I didn't have a ton of money. I didn't know how much I was going to be riding the bike. I didn't even know if I was going to keep it. So I looked at eBay for some options for parts. And you'll find some people that are just like, eBay, no, nothing from eBay is good. And then you've got other people that get everything from eBay and love it. And I just figured I would share my experience because I think neither one of those opinions are correct. I think depending on what you buy and the person you buy it from, and the amount you're willing to spend, and the research you do plays a lot into the value and the quality of things that you can get from something like eBay. I hate this road. Way too much traffic. So one of the items that I got off eBay for the bike would be the front controls. And since these, and I went to eBay for these because both of the front controls were screwed up. The reservoirs were busted on both. The handle was broken on the clutch. And replacing them from the dealer, they were, I think, about $260 a piece, and I needed both sides. And just being honest, that's about as much as I've gotten the entire bike at this point. That 500 and some odd dollars I would have spent going to the dealer just to replace controls. So, I went to eBay and I found these. They're Chinese knockoffs. I think I paid $65, $70 for the pair. They've got, CNC shorty levers. They've got the nice anodized adjustments. And they fit, and they've got reservoirs, and they work. But I will say the fit and finish and the quality isn't what I would have liked to have had. So the brake reservoir to start with leaked. You probably can't see it from here, but whenever I first put it on, one of the O-rings wasn't assembled properly. Whenever it was put together, it was pinched and it was leaking. So I got brake fluid sprayed all over the front of my tank that I had just painted. It ate the finish off of it, but it's just spray paint, so that's kind of to be expected. Once brake fluid sits on something that's just been spray painted. Now, it's an automotive grade spray paint, like the color match stuff, but still, that was kind of annoying with something I had just put a lot of time and effort into. The reservoir leaked. The other issue that I've had out of these levers and these controls is that the clutch, the adjustment on the clutch would not stay in place on number 2. And number 2 is where I actually like the clutch engagement. I could put it on 3, it would stay. If I put it on 2, eventually it would work itself down to 1 after pulling the clutch about 3 times. And basically it was just some inconsistency in the way that piece was CNC'd. I filed it down a little bit, it got better, and eventually I just tightened the thing down and locked it down at number 2 because that's where I knew I wanted it. So there wasn't really a reason to adjust it. Now, if someone else got on the bike and they might want to have a different engagement point, they'd need to play with that. But that's a part that's kind of your standard, in my opinion, that would be kind of your standard eBay purchase. It's something that might work for the job. It's not going to be the most elegant solution. It's not going to be the finest fit. It's not going to be the best quality, but it'll work a lot of times and get the job done. Now, on the flip side, I also purchased rear sets from eBay. Now, the rear sets that I bought, I'm actually very happy with. I have had no issues. The quality is good. The fit is good. The only thing I've had happen is I had a couple of the bolts start to get loose on me. And it's just kind of due to the design that fits on this SV. There's not a really good way to tighten down the bolt that holds your peg on. All I had to do was retighten it. Basically, I took a couple of rides on the bike, and then whenever I went back and checked my bolts, it was loose. I tightened it. It's been fine ever since. Actually, just rechecked them the other day, and everything's still fine. So the rear sets that I paid about $130 for both sides, they're perfectly fine. I'd recommend them to anyone, and they're just standard, Chinese eBay parts. Some other examples, the headlight on this bike and the blinkers all came from eBay. The headlight's pretty much a universal 7-inch headlight, or the headlight is about what kind of your common experience would be from eBay. It's a part, it works fine. The quality's not quite there. It's a cheap plastic housing, but you know, the lights work, the glass works. It's a headlight. The LED signals that I got are cheap plastic, but they work. The mirrors actually I'm pretty happy with. The only thing is the bolt that came with them was kind of an odd size. It should have been an M10 bolt, and I threaded everything for M10, and then they just don't really thread in right. But the mirrors themselves, they adjust, they stay in place, they work, they reflect things perfectly fine. Now some things you can get from eBay that just don't work, and they're just marketed wrong. Things like the mic adapter for the GoPro camera. I got actually 2 different mic adapters listed for GoPro, said they worked on GoPro 3 and GoPro 3 Plus and GoPro 4, and I tried them on both of my GoPros. Neither one would work, and the problem was they were the complete wrong pin out. These are mini USB adapters. GoPro uses a 10-pin mini USB adapter, which is not very common, so it's got a different pin out than your standard, like your cell phone that uses a 5-pin mini USB. And both of the adapters were incorrect. They didn't work. And that's, you know, you run into that stuff sometimes, things that are marketed for one thing, and basically these distributors are selling thousands of these things, and they don't really care if it works or not. And on the flip side, I also got a skeleton case for my GoPro so I could plug in my mic. And guess what? That thing is awesome. It fits great. The quality seems just as good as the standard GoPro products. I'm very happy with it. I actually like it better than my official case that came with my GoPro 3 because the buttons and everything work better. So it's hit and miss, you know, just do your research and, you know, pay attention to what you're buying. Know that you might get something that's subpar. You know, don't expect super high-end quality for a really cheap price. You know what you're getting into and set your expectations accordingly. And there's nothing wrong with eBay. You can get some good stuff and actually get surprised every once in a while. So that's my take on it, and I will talk to you guys later.